Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. It's work, career, vocation reading time, a timeless work, career, vocation reading for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. They are my initials, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Production since 1998, 24 and a half years in service at the time of this timeless recording. Well, who's keeping track? I am the author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. It's available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box. You can preview it for free. And a lot of what I've learned wisdom-wise and grace-wise from my work, career, vocation is in that book. So if you want to preview it for free, go check it out. Also, I'm a creator on Patreon, patreon.com/drawing the circle. I forgot I changed the camera a little bit closer now, so I gotta bow my head. I bow my head to patreon.com/drawing the circle. Members only subscription platform. I love it over there. I stream there every morning with an unlisted YouTube live stream link. So my patrons chat with me, all levels, all subscribers get that. They also get all the extended readings that I do. The part 1's on YouTube. The part 2's on Vimeo.com. Vimeo on demand if you want a pay-per-view. Thank you if you do. But all of my subscribers, regardless of subscription level, get the past, the present, and moving into the future, the extended readings. We're doing Zoom events over there, workshops, classes, hangouts, a lot of cool stuff going on there. Again, all of my subscribers, except maybe for some of the new ones that I'll be adding, we'll see, because it's an amazing creative platform. I love being able to serve those who actually really want what I have to offer as a mystical artist, and certainly your cardinal fire, Aries creative fire. So look into it for yourself as well. But if you want the deeper, the more magic, the more miracles, the more mysticism, the more I don't know, come Patreon on Patreon if you're up for it. Because I am the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but really my Rams. You can just call me Mal. Hey, I love these reads we're about to do. I love this series. It's timeless with no extended, so whenever you're watching this, welcome aboard. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Oh, there are chakras involved, 3 levels of power, and there's lots of links in the description box down there to go deeper, particularly a video called The 3 Levels of Power, a lecture in 3 parts. That's just part 1 on there. If you want to go deeper, you can. From Caroline Myss, MYSS. She is a PhD and the author of Sacred Contracts, and we are using, keeping my eye on my cats, I think we might have some feline intervention in this read. We'll see how it goes. If I have to use the mama voice, I will. MYSS, she's a PhD, Sacred Contracts, explaining the 3 levels of power, a set of archetypes unto themselves. 3 ways of looking at, in this case, life purpose. You can do it in all sorts of different ways. You click in the 3 levels of power, and I'll explain that as I go. I let the divine do that through me as we do this, but it is 13 cards, 2 decks of tarot. We got a Macon healing mantra oracle, healing mantra card, as well as to help you remove some obstacles, the whispers of Lord Ganesh, by Angelo Hartfield, who is the Hindu elephant-headed god of success and prosperity. What could be better for this read? So it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because there's usually one of the 3 levels of power that has a little bit of leverage. Right? Focus on that, because it's all one thing. When you see the chakras laid out and all that, you'll see it. When you tweak a little one, they all come into alignment, and this is life purpose stuff, right? Whether you're dealing with something for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, in your life purpose, your work, career, vocation, certainly your moon sign's going to have a different take than your sun, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know how good cross-watching is. Cross-watchies, I don't know how much that would help here, unless there's someone you really want to try and help in their work, career, vocation, then I think that might be helpful. Otherwise, both be on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, because you know what? The more I can get you the clarity, guidance, and grace to help you fulfill your life purpose, to shift your timelines from lead to gold, right, to healthier, happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, the more that anchors into planet paradise Earth, which is what my life purpose seems to be about since birth. So let me see what I can get for you, and I promise you I'll do my best. And let's, by all means, have fun. If we can, if the cards will allow, if the divine wants it that way. Please take a nice deep breath. And that noise in the background that you are hearing is the sound of ocean waves because it's Saturday here at the time of this timeless recording, and things usually get busy in the condo village right outside my frickin' window. So let's do this one more time. Please take a nice deep breath. I've been doing these readings for clients for decades. Still point. Yeah. Here we go. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. For the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading for this timeless work, career, vocation read. I need 3 of these. 3 archetype cards. Show us the dominant 8th chakra archetypes hovering over the head of the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, affecting the electromagnetic dynamics of all the other chakras underneath it, what they attract, what they repel in their work, career, and vocation. 3 levels of power. Setting the pattern in play, the soul powers they are developing and anchoring into their own energy fields. I hear ya. 4, first, their work. Right, we're going to lay them down work, career, vocation, but then we're going to flip them over and read them vocation, career, and work. Thank you for reminding me. It's been a while since I've done these readings, beloved pantheons of the divine. So, for their work. First level of power, work, how they survive in the world, their survival intuition, lower 3 chakra dominant, their career, second level of power, the personal level of power, heart, throat, third eye, crown dominant, creative intuition, mental emotional stuff, and then their vocation, their spirit, their mystical power. Spiritual is part of the crown chakra dynamic. We're talking mystical power, the 8th chakra, the higher selves, the ancestors, all that kind of stuff. Their vocation, their life calling at this time, dominant 8th chakra visionary intuition. For this timeless Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. I don't have to say cross-watchers every single time. Work, career, vocation read, but we're going to read them vocation, rescuer, and addict. Okay, so the contract you're in right now is a rebel, rescuer, addict. Let's start at this end. You've got an action family archetype, a healing family archetype, and a wild card family archetype, because addictions come in all sorts of different manifestations. And of course, you can have an archetype, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or be dealing with somebody who has the archetype really dominant and dramatic in your life, but then you are learning the lessons of how to deal with that archetype. It's still all about what you do. This is a taking your power back kind of read, even if other people are involved. This is your life purpose, your soul contracts. So the shadow and the light that's written on here is the lead and the gold. Lead has 3 more elements than gold. That's why removing the obstacles, Lord Ganesh, you'll see. But the rebel archetype is very big on the planet right now in terms of your life purpose. I mean, I love a good rebel. You know, rebel. Billy Idol meets the Hamburglar is essentially, I think, what they just showed me. Really funny, guys. Let's keep going. The rebel archetype is really big on planet Earth, but as wonderful as the rebel sounds, every archetype is neutral. It's a balance of shadow to light, a percentage, if you will. Lead to gold. The shadow attribute. This is why I have these pale green light, pale green ink. Shadow attribute rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. That's not going on planet Earth. See, here's the thing: as you alchemize this in yourself, it will heal in the outside world. It's holographic reality. Go talk to Stephen Hawking. I don't know, channel him, whatever. Please don't make me do math. So yeah, no, my joke with that one, it's like, there was punk, and then there was new wave, rebellion out of peer pressure or fashion, right? Come on. Not that I don't love the music, but video did kill the radio star. The light attribute you're shooting for here in your life purpose. This is your mystical power here. Challenges authority to affect social change. So we're looking at social justice, second wave of ascension, predominantly divine masculine usually. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs, and I bet you that's the one, considering that your visionary intuition might be really about breaking outside of the box spiritually. In your career, in our careers, your passion, your hunger, your thirst, so 54, heart, the third eye, crown, dominant, right? How many people wait tables, work to survive in order to do their art, just as an example, right? So the rescuer is, as I said, there are 9 different families. Healing family archetype. The shadow assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. It's not a rescue. It sounds like a trap. It's a trap. Keeps the rescued one needy, which is, you know, Baron von Munchausen, right? The Adventures of Baron Munchausen adjacent, right? You got to be careful with that, right? Particularly if you're dealing with somebody like that who will rescue you, but at a price, if you will reciprocate. It's different if it's negotiated, but when it's just assumed, things don't go well. Fly in the ointment, the healing ointment, the rescue ointment, rescue remedy, light attribute, provides strength and support to others in crisis. Provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of rewards. And I gotta tell you, maybe because I'm a pagan, I don't know, I got a lot of animal rescuers in my life, in my community, and blessed be. I have 3 black cats. All of them found me, right? The stories I could tell about the black... I've always had black cats in my life since I was, what? 13 years old. Started reading tarot at 12. Oh yes, I'm 54. I know I don't look at things. Sorry, I had the fan ready. Felt I had to use it. So look, this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing in its light, and in its shadow, it's a frickin' nightmare. So keep an eye on that, you know. Rescuing people for the da-da, right? The rescue archetype at its worst creates the emergency so that it can rush in and rescue. Yeah. Wah, wah. Let's look now here. Let's talk about the addict. The addict archetype, right? Everybody has their addictions, reason, season, or lifetime. I have people in my life that are addicted to being right. We all have them. We all have a touch of it ourselves, reason, season, or lifetime. And what happens when we're proved we're wrong? We go through psychological withdrawal symptoms. Can't sleep, can't eat, right? Horrible. The language of addiction can be seen archetypally in so many different ways. And honestly, I go back to Ken Key's Handbook of Higher Consciousness. An addiction is just a preference that, if not met, creates suffering. Boom, right? But it's very simplified. I know, 12-step and all of that, whatever, however everybody gets there. But it is incredibly powerful yet wild card family archetype. In other words, it's not always drugs and alcohol. Codependence is a form of addiction and just as lethal to dreams, right? To your survival, even your mental, emotional health. So let's talk about the addict, and let's I don't know if decriminalize is the word. Let's take the stigma out of this, because everybody has preferences. What do you like when you don't get what you want? The shadow attribute compromises integrity and honesty. There you go. Starts there. Compromising your integrity and your honesty allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. And when you look at it from that place, you begin to see, oh my God, I do have addictions. Now, you can't be addicted to air. You need that shit. That's a necessity, right? So you really look at where, when I know something, and let's say solar plexus, survival, when we get to the lower 3 chakras, that's this lane, if you will. It really is listening to your solar plexus and saying, I'm about to step over a boundary that I really shouldn't, right? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, but I'm being compelled. And that's the word, right? Giving them authority over your own inner spirit. And I know one thing about Aries, they don't like anybody having authority over them. They want to be the authority, a higher authority. Oh my God, I just had hot dog flashbacks. Okay, so, yeah, so in your work, you're dealing with addiction. Oh, I didn't do the light aspect. The light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. There you have it, within yourself, within somebody else, and I would think in the physical, literal world, literal level of power, but we got more to do. So, let's get going. The next 4 chakras down, we're going to do the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, Feminine deck, Goddess deck, Heart, Third Eye Crown, the feminine energy, the internal world, the psychological world. All of these 3 archetype cards are really about visionary intuition. These 3 are going to be about the creative intuition, but it's second lane dominant. Please take a nice deep breath. It's a very holographic spread. My guides know a lot of cool stuff, duh. Still point. Here we go, as I call upon my goddesses of fire, the sign of Aries. Powers of the South, Goddesses of Cardinal Fire, Creative Fire. Please, 3 cards in clarity for the Aries Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Oh, we got a skitter. Get back here. You want to pop out, you come out. The gods will leave it in my hand. 3 cards in clarity for the Aries Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading in their work, career, vocation, heart, third eye, crown in their work, first level of power, survival, intuition, but this is their heart, throat, third eye, crown. What's backing that up? What's behind that? Is choices and decisions is throat chakra. Rescuer in their career. Just get these on the table. The rebel in their vocation. And something feels really fun about this one. Don't know why. Just does. We lay them down 1, 2, 3. We read them 3, 2, 1. You got the rebel with the word manipulation, the 6 of blades. But if you look at the 6 of swords, traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, Pamela Coleman Smith, it's moving from choppy water to smooth via a balanced mind and perhaps a journey mentally spoken. The word spin comes to mind here. And I've noticed that when I'm getting physiological stuff during readings, that they're part of the reading. Left eye for me is feminine energy. So I just had a little thing go on over there, like a little irritation, something. So for a rebel to be irritated about something that they're seeing is completely right on target, but this is very third eye. The word manipulation, like spin, like how do you want to see it? This is counseling, this is therapy, this is prayer, this is using the mind instead of the mind using you. The third eye, the Sanskrit name for the third eye is Ajna, A-J-N-A. It means servant, but often the servant becomes the master, and that's when we get in trouble. That's when we go all head, no heart, right? No balance. This is balance. The 6s are always about harmony and balance. So you really shifting the way that you're looking at this in terms of your life purpose right now, in terms of rebellion, powerful stuff, and needed on the planet. Mystical, spiritual rebellion. I like this. In your career, yeah, you've got the rescuer, but you've got the 4 of Pentacles. Heart, third eye, crown. When it's an earth element pentacle on the inside, it's wisdom that you've gained. It's definitely things that you've gained from the experiences in the physical world, that kind of wisdom that you cannot lose. It's part of your nervous system if you want to go there in terms of the element of earth. 4 of Pentacles, security. This is your stable, you're good. You might even be resting, right? That internal, like, no, I'm good for right now, because next will come the 5, the change. So there might be a real knowing that you're well may someday run dry, but not now. It's like these are 4 women going to the tribal well to refill the jars to bring back to the tribe, right? So there is that sense of that no, I'm good inside, I'm good. And I would say with that element of water, probably emotionally you're good, as well as we can look to the traditional 4 of Pentacles, you know, this deal, right? Mind on your money, money on your mind, but also perhaps maybe even guarding your heart, because the rescuer archetype, I mean, I cannot, as soon as I hear the arms of the angels coming on the TV, I mean, I love Sarah McLachlan, but, you know, it just stabs me in the heart. I'm like, I can't right now. I'm an empath. I'm a Sigma empath, apparently. Just learned that last week. Every day is a winding road. Oh, that's Sheryl Crow. Wisdom of the Crow. No, I like this. A sense of security within a rescuer archetype in the heart, third eye, crown, dominant career. That's good. That's good. Solid, stable. You know, no erratic emotional stuff going on there. But no, let's look. I wonder. Yeah, you got the Addict in the 8th chakra for your work, but you got the 10 of blades. Now, the 10 of swords, yeah, is that rather gory scene, right? But the sun's still rising in the east. This is different. Heart, third eye, crown. Again, very third eye and maybe even crown chakra. The 10 of blades is the ceremony of the rattle, sometimes known as the talking stick, where everybody in the tribe gets to be heard, but only when they're holding the talking stick, and everybody else has to listen. That's the agreement, right? This is mental resolution. It can even be, if it's real third eye, crown, dominant, revelation. Maybe not so much the judgment card kind of revelation, although we'll see what else hits the table. We got 3 more tarot cards to hit after this one. But it feels like particularly as you shift things, as you shift things in the third eye with what am I here to do, right? In terms of social justice and balancing the scales of justice within myself, within my life, within the world, getting that the rescuer might be resting right now, or at least tapping into that security, and as a result, in terms of work, really putting the pieces of the puzzle together, coming to a resolution, at least within your own mind, in terms of addictions, in terms of whether you're the addict, they're the addict, everybody's got it. Heal it in yourself, you heal it in everybody. Ho'oponopono, Dr. Hugh Lennon, hell farewell and blessed be, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. Look it up, you're an Aries. And I find for Aries in particular, it's like you'll find your own way. You can beg, borrow, and steal from wherever you want. In my opinion, just be culturally appropriate and respectful as you go. But you're the first sign of the zodiac. You are the originator, so you might as well, piecemeal together however you need to do this and claim it as your own expression. Yeah, all right, I like it. The internal feels good. Clarity, air, and earth, no water. So let's see what's going on in the outer. Lower three chakras we are going to do with the mythic tarot, the masculine energy from the outside looking in at you, you from the inside looking out at certain people, places, and things. The lower three chakras are relationships in the physical world. Root chakra, tribes, groups, 3 or more where you are involved. It's a tribe. From all of humanity to your circle of friends, any of it, right? You a deadhead, it's a tribe. You with me? Second chakra, relationship one-on-one to another person or thing, particularly money as an energy field unto itself. What's your relationship to money? That's what these readings are also looking at. As well as another individual, perhaps, in your work, career, vocation, your creativity. Third chakra is your relationship to yourself in the world. Solar plexus is your honor code. As I said before, pay attention to your honor code, whatever hits in this first level of power in these next 3 cards, because it's going to tell you when you're coming up against a boundary that you really don't want to cross. What you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of fire, the sign of Aries, powers of the south, please, beloved gods of cardinal fire for this Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign, work, career, vocation read. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out, masculine energy, yang dynamic. For this timeless read, we got in their work, Addict in the 8th, the rattle, 10 of blades on the inner, that's lower 3 chakras. And for their career, they've got rescuer in the 8th, security on the inner, which that might be their leverage. I have a feeling that, I wonder if they're rescuing an addict. What's going on? Lower 3 chakras there. And, see what I mean? It's like, that's how it could play out in a general read. That's why in a private read, I can ask you questions and we could go deeper. With the rebel in their vocation, rebel, with the 6 of blades, manipulation, but it doesn't feel, well, it depends on the alchemy from lead to gold on that one, which way that wheel's spinning. So what do you got? Lower 3 chakras there. For my Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs in their work, career, vocation, timeless read. In your vocation, rebel in the 8th, 6 of blades on the inner, Bellerophon, the Knight of Wands. The Sagittarius cards could be you from the outside looking in at you, very solar plexus dominant. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius, interestingly enough, a trine for you. Just if you have planets in Sagittarius, have a look-see-duck-see, see what's going on. Is mutable fire. The ability to move things quickly, 9th house dynamic, spirituality, and I could say very rebellious. Saggies can be very rebellious. They will burn down the village, right? They will. Hopefully more metaphorically and transform it than symbolically. But that's a lot of rebel air, that fan, that 6 of blades fan and the fire here. This could also be somebody in your life. Sagittarians tend to be rebellious in general, ruled by Jupiter, the expander, the beneficent, but also can very, very much be social justice oriented. So again, outside looking in, maybe inside looking out, that's definitely a person. It's either you or somebody else. Could be a spiritual teacher. I know they have the reputation on YouTube for being players, but maybe not in vocation, right? Let's see. What's going on in the career? Rescuer in the 8th, 4 of Pentacles on the inner, and 4 of Pentacles on the outer. You've got, this is your leverage, at least for now. You got a double whammy. You got a double whammy in your career. If you're only using 2 tarot decks and the same fucking card comes up, well then here, yeah, this is Daedalus, getting work done, but also covering his heart a little bit. I think there is a stability here in your career. But as a rescuer, I'm going to say be really, really careful not to try and rescue those who do not wish to be rescued. And also don't forget to rescue yourself, which is that self-care part of it. Any of the healing family archetypes have in their shadow an inability, a reluctance, or a plain old neglect of their own needs. So just keep that in mind. A healer, heal thyself. And I don't get that here. I'm just saying in terms of boundaries, in terms of maybe not closing your heart, but having that stability on the inner and the outer to know your strength. And that change is coming, right? The 4s are the stability before that change of the 5. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. In work, survival level, you got the Addict. But with the 10 of Blades, there's a resolution. There's the 10 reboots the cycle at the 1, and on the outer, the 9 of Cups. Okay, let's talk. The 9 of Cups, yes, usually a romantic card, and certainly in the Mythic Tarot, it is the myth of Eros and Psyche. However, this is about emotional self-realization. It's not the 10. It's no, I'm good. It's like the 10 of Pentacles, right? Lady with the falcon on her arm, Lady of the Manor, as I call her, she's good. She ain't out of 10. She doesn't know the dogs and, you know, the Kabbalistic pentacles all around them. No. No. This is okay. This is good. This is, in fact, a sense of, no, I'm good, which actually really balances out with that 4 of Pentacles inner outer here. I will say, however, that what is giving you this 9 of Cups, and I do feel like this is from the outside looking in at you, right, looking at you, but in this situation, so maybe both, often it's both, that you may very well have understand the addictive patterns here, put the pieces of the puzzle together, the chains that bind, but they are mental chains. So you shifting that within yourself is going to bring you a sense of being at peace with this, knowing that what you are, you don't have to rescue people unless, you know, it's your job description, you know, first responders and all of that, and God bless them. I've never met one I didn't like. I have immense respect for that entire rescuer genre in the physical world for sure. But rescuing an addict, I've done it, I've tried, right? At the end of the day, there are certain doors you can only go through alone, and there are certain doors only they can go through alone. And yet with this 9 of Cups, I have a feeling, whatever this is, whatever's going on emotionally here, it will resolve. But it will resolve as a result of you putting all the pieces together and seeing there are addictive patterns in play that may not be your own, but really easy to fall into if you're unaware of it, right? Like, for instance, oh, pick your externals, right? Whatever it is. Workaholism, let's face it, we're still rewarded for. Addiction to food, you gotta eat. That's harder. That's harder, you gotta eat. But then there are the non-physical ones, right? There are so many non-physical addictions. Like I said, the addiction to being right, just one of an example of a billion different ways that can manifest. So be compassionate with yourself. I'm going to say that with that 9 of Cups card too, because you do have more information in this than you did before. All right, tarot's on the table. One double whammy. This is the rescue. I'm telling you, this work on this one. But we're not done. We still got 4 more cards to hit the table, and 3 of them are the Matt Kahn healing mantras. And I'm not reading the bookie books on these as I usually do, because these readings are long enough. Agreed? No, I know these enough. I've had this, my God, it'll be 3 years this December I've had this deck. And so many of my private clients have gotten this as a result, because in a private reading, I can really go deep with them with these. So let's see what hits the table. To bring all these into alignment, and there are 2 ways to read it, because there are 2 sides to these cards. One is the name of the mantra, the other side of the card is the mantra itself, and you can really play with these and get yourself some paragraphs of power. Please take a nice deep breath. God, I love my work-career-vocation. Good thing, right? Still point. Tingle, 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 as I call upon the ascended masters of life purpose through the archetypal lenses, the 3 lenses of power, the 3 levels of power, work, career, vocation, for the Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs in this timeless WCV read, please. I'm gonna try not to look at the cards, but we're gonna lay them down, work, career, vocation, but then we're gonna read the vocation, career, work for the Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, VIDS signs in their work, career, vocation in this timeless read. In their work, Addict in the 8th, 10 of Blades in the inner, 9 of Cups on the outer, boom. In their career, they got the Rescuer in the 8th, 4 of Pentacles on the inner, 4 of Pentacles on the outer, boom. And for their vocation, they've got the Rebel in the 8th, 6 of Blades on the inner, Bellerophon, riding Pegasus of all things, battling the Chimera and winning the Sagittarius card, the Knight of Wands, the Knight that canters, in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, wrong read, Mark, just finished those in this work, career, vocation read. Yeah, I just finished the romantic soulmate reads in timeless extended yesterday. Hi, baby. Feline intervention. Let's see. We laid them down 1, 2, 3. Let's read them 3, 2, 1. Oh, you're gonna. Hi! I told you it's like magic. This is Balthazar, my middle son, my Jan Brady, my Peter Brady, right? Peter was the middle one, yeah. Peter in the middle. Oh, and here's Melchior, the Taurus. I am surrounded by fixed sign felines, which also sort of rhymes. You want to come up, buddy? No, that's okay. You don't have to. Of course, the Leo. Of course, he would rather. Should be on this side. You can see him better. This is working at home, folks. I dig it. Walk around in my bathrobe. So, in your vocation, Rebel in the 8th, Third Eye Spinner, 6 of Blades on the inner, Knight of Wands on the outer with Anchoring the Light. The light is always within me. Darling, spin that in your mind. There's your mantra. The light is always within me. And what are you doing? Anchoring the light, which is a job. We're all doing it whether we're aware of it or not. But the lead to gold ratio, right? Lead is an insulator, gold is a conductor. Please don't make me do math. I like that. I like that for you a lot. I do. Anchoring the light, you rebel, yeah. You rebel a light. Right? Very Star Wars. In your career, Rescuer in the 8th, 4 of Pentacles, and you're expanding your inner power. I am my most powerful when my creativity is given a voice. So there is some expression work. We'll unpack that a little bit more in a minute or so. And for your work, Addict in the 8th, 10 of Blades on the inner, which is a really good place to have it. 9 of Cups on the outer. This is going to be okay. You're celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. I feel like the rescuer in you is trying to figure out how to deal with an addict in the work environment, survival stuff. And again, it need not be drugs and alcohol at all. I mean, the 9 of Cups obviously would indicate maybe some liquidity in that, but that's more about emotions than alcohol, although, it's a general read. So, to simplify this, what you're doing right now is in your vocation, you're anchoring the light. In your career, you're expanding inner power. And in your work, you're celebrating simplicity. But the way that you're bringing this together is in your work, you're more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. In your career, you are your most powerful when your creativity is given a voice. 4 of Pentacles, that's lovely. And in your vocation, the light is always within me. Bringing this together in such a solid foundation, right? To simplify things. I really do think once you understand that someone in the work environment, and of course, again, we all have our own addictions. This isn't judgment-based. This is discernment. This is about saying, oh, there's an addictive pattern in play here that has nothing to do with me, except that it's in my energy field, and I'm here to learn. I'm here to what? Confront, right? Right? Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. And I don't necessarily think this is within yourself. Not with that 10 of Blades on the inner. Or at least you see, yeah, we all have our addictions, right? And put it together and simplify this for yourself. We got one more card down. I really, really like it. And really the rescuer here, whatever is going on in this, let's face it, a time of rest for you as a rescuer, obviously to simplify what's going on in the first level of power. The second level of power is get into your creativity. Give it a voice. If there's anger in there, better to use it creatively than destructively. I don't know. Write a novel, pound some clay, dance. That's what I do. Gotta dance. I'm with the dancers. Every morning I dance and do yoga just to get myself ready to do this, right? It's very Tony Robbins. Man Mountain. So with this balance that you have inner outer with the Four of Pentacles, why not take the time not just to rest and smell the roses, but to give yourself some rejuvenative time. In other words, rescue yourself. Do it through art, creativity. Not everything is fine in performing arts, all right? Some people do their homes in a work of art. I don't have that skill. This is my skill. And in your vocation, this is definitely, no question, your leverage, because you really have a choice to expand your inner power here or not. But this is the one that really shines bright like a diamond. The rebel, manipulation, Six of Blades on the inner, Sagittarius energy on the outer. Very, very fun. Anchoring the light as you go, because the light is always within me, will definitely move you, I would think, more towards the gold end of the spectrum in terms of your choices and decisions as a rebel. So, last card down. To help remove those obstacles, the Whispers of Lord Ganesha, she puts the A on the end, are Angelo Hartfield from Blue Angel Publishing. Love the company, love her work. She does the Whispers of Love that I use in other spreads, if you might have noticed. Just getting these together, Virgo that I am. And to help remove the obstacles, but I thought particularly Hindu elephant-headed god of success and prosperity, it suited this series. I like changing it up, particularly when I got new stuff that I really like and really works. And also to help you remove the obstacles of lead to gold. Lead -3 atoms is gold, but, you know, can't be created or destroyed, only changed or transformed. The process of alchemy. Hey, buddy, you having fun over there? Just cleaning yourself on camera? Thankfully, no one can see you except your green eyes. Please take a nice deep breath. Motherhood. Still point. No. Oh, Lord Ganesh. I forget. I forget that when I take these cards in my hand, it's like speed dial. As I call to the beloved Lord Ganesh, Hindu, elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles. Obstacles, please. Beloved one, I love you so much. Please, one card in clarity for the Aries Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video and receiving this reading in their work, career, vocation. The Rebel, Rescuer, Addict. Manipulating inside, Four of Blades, stability on the inner, and putting it together in their work, Heart, Third Eye, Crown. Maybe charging in that Knight of Wands in their vocation, that Four of Pentacles balance, inner and outer, what they're seeing. See is what you get here, and for them to expand their inner power, there's a good deal going for them with that Nine of Cups. Really loving that as they anchor the light, expand their inner power, and celebrate simplicity. What is your guidance, your grace, your love, your wisdom, your power, your oracle to help them alchemize, shadow to light, lead to gold, pain to peace, fulfilling their sacred contracts, their soul contracts, and shifting this world to more golden timelines in this timeless work, career, vocation read. Joy! Happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, Ren! What a stampy idiot. Card number 47, Ganesh, and this is with the special flowers that I think are, I will say, hopefully I say it correctly, Aruku flowers, if I remember correctly, ERUKKU. KKU. Sounds like a radio station. Joy. Is this a one-pager or a two-pager? It's a page and a little bit more. He's got a mouse dancing with him. This sounds like a good time. So joy. Joy is the remover of obstacles. Lemon fresh. Please take a nice deep breath. Oh, I love you, Ganesh. Card number 47, joy. Joy is the state of the heart and soul. Eckhart Tolle, Power of Now, he says it too. Joy happens when the heart and the soul unite. Now think about that. When the heart and the soul unite, which says that you can disconnect your heart from your soul because the ego is driving. There's the alchemy right there. This union is to achieve expansion for a greater good related to your divine path. Well, there's the expansion of Sagittarius energy there for your vocation itself. Joy can create in you a sense of contentment, acceptance, and serenity, even when your life is in flux, and certainly expanding your inner power with that rescuer. It sounds like that's it. It does sound like that's where your leverage is there. That life is in a good place in that sense. You feel a deep knowing that whatever might happen will be for the highest good for all involved. When you have this knowledge in you, it brings spiritual determination. Kitty cat, what's going on? I'm sorry, I will be right back. Sorry about that. Sometimes they're about to knock something over to get my attention because they're cats. You may not be... Wait, that's too far. It brings spiritual determination even through difficult circumstances, such as though you may currently be undergoing. You will ultimately find your happiness. Well, you ultimately find your happiness is what work, career, vocation, life purpose is about. Through this card, Ganesh acknowledges your stress and exhaustion as you work to adapt to new patterns of behavior and release your old stories. You may not be happy right now, but you can experience joy in knowing that striving through a difficult situation is important. And I feel that's got to be that addict and that first level of power, the survival, like how you survive this, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually as well as physically. You may not be happy right now, but you are urged to realize that you came into this lifetime to undergo certain experiences and to learn very specific life lessons. That's what's on the table. That's what the archetypes are. They're the lessons. They're the soul powers. Be honest with yourself. Allow yourself your feelings and emotions. Remember that if your heart is feeling wounded and its healing is taking place, as soon as you acknowledge that the heart is wounded, it accelerates the healing. Also in Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. You are likely grappling with deep feelings and sentiments that may have been repressed in you for lifetimes. That's what I mean. We can delay, but we can't prevent. So why delay your joy? That's what's on the table here. Share your thoughts, feelings, and emotions and anxieties with those who can support you at this time, expanding your inner power in a creative way. Did I skip a page? Yeah, sorry. Totally did. Where did you go? Oh, because I went the wrong way. So sorry. That's what we wanted. Your energy and your inner light are shifting to reveal your life's grand plan. In this card, Ganesha holds garlands made of Aruku flower, ERUKKU flowers, which have the ability to eliminate negative energy from the body and mind of a person. In your mind's eye, make an offering of garlands made of Aruku flowers to Ganesha. In exchange, Ganesha blesses you with good health and freedom from ailments. All right, so joy obviously is an alchemical force when it's not based on what's happening outside of us, right? Everybody wants to get what they want. That's the ego's dictate. Seek but do not find, right? It's like, I want it. And a lot of trouble ensues over the millennia, right? Where rather this is about really dealing and getting to the core of the soul of who you are, which its natural state is joy. But it's like the sun being in the sky. It's always shining, but on cloudy, stormy days, feels like it's not. That's that natural state of joy here, which is a huge alchemizing force, particularly if you want to do this in a rebellious way through joy. So, what happens now? Put it all together in a blessimation, a blessing and a summation all at the same time. Can't you imagine? Well, I do it several times a day. And then at the end of it, of the blessing, I will release the Aries Collective, usually by letting the goofy fly free. And honestly, aside from that addict archetype, there's nothing here that feels horrific. And I don't even think the addict's horrific. I think it's problematic. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need. in their work, career, and vocation, to bring it all together, that in their vocation they can challenge authority, to affect social change, rejecting spiritual systems that do not honor inner needs that are on the table here, and that they do so by shifting the way they look at that, finding the balance, maybe charging ahead into more of a spiritual exploration, anchoring the light as they go, because the light is always within them. And in their career, that they provide strength and support to others in crisis and act out of love with no expectation of reward, as well as to take care of themselves for that, with that Four of Pentacles stability on the inner and that Four of Pentacles solidity on the outer for now, as they expand their inner power, because they're more powerful when their creativity is given a voice, even if no one else sees it, even if it's process, not product. Oh my goodness, there's no monetization? Horror. And so that in their work they can deal with the addict archetype, their own, somebody else's, everybody on planet Earth's, helping them recognize and confront addictive behavior and seeing the whole picture. Ten of Blades on the inner, the rattle, hearing it all out, looking at all of them, and putting it together into one cohesive puzzle, which may very well be a wish fulfillment, that this be dealt with in a happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise way here. Hence celebrating the simplicity of it all, because they're more fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain. In order for them to not maintain the joy, it's there already. The joy is already within them. It doesn't need maintenance. It needs allowance. It needs freedom. And certainly, if they anchor their light, expand their inner power, and celebrate their simplicity, then they'll be the most fulfilled when there is less to manage and maintain, and be most powerful when their creativity is given a voice, because the light is always within them. May they be blessed. Fulfill their role in the plan, whatever that may be, but it's better than anything we can imagine or conceive, and fulfill their sacred contract so they don't have to come back and do it again, unless of course they choose to, for the well-being of all, making this world a better place, more gold than lead, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So would it be. So it is. Good read. It's a good read. It's a good read for Work, Career, Vocation. How that? Did you like it? Well, like it. Hit the thumbs up. Help the other Aries find it, man. Who knows? People might be cross-watching. Helps them find it too, apparently. Want more of me here on YouTube? Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm not stopping. I make my own schedule. I'm flexible and fluid with it, but I do my best to stay on track. And certainly, if you want more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon. On Patreon, at least go click the link. See what I'm offering there, because it's the best creative move I ever made for my career as a mystic, teacher, healer, reader, and corporate president. There's my career vocation, career work schemata there for you every day, and I love it so much, and I love doing it on Patreon. And if you want to book me for a private reading, I have been doing work, career, vocation reads for a very long time for clients. Always helpful, but always handing the power back to them. If you want to book a reading with me, there's a video in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains everything you ever wanted to know about booking a reading with Mal, but we're afraid to ask, so let's have fun with it. And seriously, wishing you all the very, very blessed, and the very, very blessed. Make this world a better place. You rebel rescuer dealing with addicts. Hang in there. I love you. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.